What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan. I'm BMX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our first deck profile for the EX9 format, and it's going to be a really quick format because BT22 is already on its way. Pre-release will start at the end of this week, so we'll be going through these deck profiles as soon as we can. And what we have today for you guys is not a purple deck. It's got a purple base, but it's Machinedramon. We're looking at our EX9 Machinedramon support, our EX9 Machinedramon deck. We decided to go with the traditional, purple base with singular level 5s because we like the DM stuff, but I really wanted to play things like Chaosdramon and Chaosdramon X-Antibody and all that cool stuff and all the different level 5s. So I decided I wanted to play that variant of the deck because I've loved the deck for a long time. I just never had a chance to play it. So that's what we're going with this build. I would say the DM build is probably a little bit more consistent because you are going up the traditional, level 3, level 4, level 5 pathway to your boss monster. But I like how this one is just kind of spams, your stuff into the trash and then hopefully gets that Machinedramon out real fast. But we'll get into it. We'll talk about the deck profile, what we like about it, what we, think we could change, and see, what you guys think as well. And hey, if you enjoyed this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. All right, well, let's get right into it here. We are playing the Digimon egg from BT15. We're playing 4 copies of that. And that is the by non-deletion trash 1 level 5 or higher card in your trash, draw 2. So this lets you put your machines in your trash for your Machinedramon play and then draw 2 cards. So just getting you into your pieces really fast. And then we play the one, because we're running the Uka engine, you gotta have 5 eggs. So you play the one other Digimon that lets you draw 1 trash 1. So the other one's better because it draws you into your deck faster, but you always want to have 5 eggs. Starting with your level 3s, of course, we're playing the Uko engine in order to, the 4 the search your stuff, and the 1 memory gainer, and that's basically as well to search your stuff really fast, as well as get your eggs moving so you can chip away your opponent, so it's easier to win for game when you do get your Machinedramon play. And then, of course, we're playing 4 of the EX8 Syakomon, which just kind of doubles it up because it's on deletion, draw 1, trash 1, on top of trashing your level 5 and gaining those 2 draws. So that's really, really good. So yeah, so it's just the 9. So sometimes it's hard to find your rookies, which can be the detriment of this deck. Onto level 5s because we run no level 4s. We're playing Milestone from EX9. All the DM cards from DX9 allow you to trash a cyborg or one of their version trait cards to reduce the play cost by 2, so all of them play for 5. And then they have the on-play when digivolving by placing 1 Digimon card from your trash. Face down is this Digimon's Bomb Digivolution card. They all do that. Place 1 of your cards from your trash face down, and then delete up to 5,000 DP total worth of your opponent's Digimon. For each of the Digimon's face down Digivolution cards, add 2,000 to this effect's DP maximum. So yeah, so that's gonna help you reduce that cost, and then you get to do something for it. And then the inheritables are there for the Machinedramon, so security attack +1 heritable. This guy, Machinedramon does get on play abilities from the cards he attaches by his ability. So any of these guys with on plays is kind of relevant. So this is on play, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less, and then you get a 4,000 plus inheritable. So that's kind of cool. Plus you can digivolve him on the Metal Greymon for 1, which is kind of cool. We do play 1 Metal Greymon from BT7, which is if you have a tamer on play. If you have a tamer in play, gain 2 memory. If you don't have a tamer in play, you may play 1 red tamer card from your hand without paying the memory cost. You're going to want your tamer on board because you want that memory gain. The other ability is not really going to do anything for you. And then you have your turn once per turn inheritable. When 1 of your opponent's Digimon is deleted, gain 1 memory. Also play War Growlmon for extra security attack +1 inheritable. We play Cyberdramon for another 4,000 DP inheritable, and then his on play is relevant because if your opponent has 5 or fewer security cards, they place 1 card from their hand as their bottom security card and then trash their top security card, which could be really, really good. And then Metal Mamimon, which end your turn once per turn, 1 of your Digimon on suspends, it's inheritable. Has that 2 cost reduction for being one of the DM cyborgs by trashing a cyborg or version 2 trait card. On play, when digivolving, you place the card face down from your trash to allow him to target one of your opponent's Digimon. Trash any one Digivolution card for each of this Digimon's face down Digivolution cards. Then return one of the Digimon with no Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck. So start stripping and bouncing. We also have Mock Galgamon, which is there to, when attacking, inheritable once per turn if your opponent has 8 or more cards in their hand, unsuspend this Digimon, so allowing you to unsuspend. We play 2 of the new Andromon, which is again DM, so reduce cost by 2, plays for 5 if you trash a cyborg or version 3 trait. And then on play, you place the card face down from your trash as its bottom Digivolution card. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP until the end of their turn, and then it until their turn ends, it further gets minus 2,000 for each of this Digimon's face down Digivolution cards. So yeah, so you always minus 5,000, and it got inheritable blocker. We also have Metal Tyrannomon with inheritable piercing, and it also has the reduced play cost by trashing a card, just like the other DM ones, and has the by placing a card face down from your trash. Bottom Digivolution card, one of your opponent's Digimon gets D-Digivolve 1. Yeah, to one of your opponent's Digimon, D-Digivolve 1 for each of this card's face down Digivolution cards, then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 DP or lower. So it doesn't have to be the same card either. You can do one Digimon for one effect and one for the other. We got the Metal Tyrannomon from EX9, which has on play, when Digivolving, you may suspend one Digimon. Then if this Digimon is suspended, D-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, and until the end of your opponent's turn, their effects can't return this Digimon to the hands or decks or affect it with D-Digivolve effects. So he gets protection if you suspend himself, which is, it's all right. And then it has all turns inheritable when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle. Trash the top security card, so I like that. That's kind of cool as well. We have Oblivionmon, which has your turn, this Digimon can't change attack targets as it's inheritable. That's the ability you're going to get out of that because he has no on play. We have the Megadramon from BT15, which has the when attacking, once per turn, D-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, D-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon as an inheritable, but he also has on play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, place one machine, cyborg, or SOC trait card as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, and then add one such card to the hand, and then trash the rest. So yeah. And then when attacking, doesn't really come up. It would be if an SOC trait tamer is in this Digimon Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's play cost 3 or lower tamers. That's not going to happen. Digimon or tamers, that's not going to happen. We also have Gigadramon, which is real top 4 on play. Add 2 level 6 or higher cards among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. And then his inheritable is Reboot. You get Reboot on there. Lastly, we have 2 Megadramon from EX9, which are the DM guys. So it plays for cost 5 if you trash Cyborg or version 4. And then you place a Digimon card from your trash face down as its Digivolution card. You get to delete 2 of your opponent's play cost 4 or lower Digimon. And then for each of your Digimon's face down Digivolution cards, add 1 to the effect play cost maximum. So you're always deleting potentially 2 level 5 play costs, which isn't bad. End of attack inheritable by unsuspending this Digimon. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. So you unsuspend first, then you target your Digimon. If your Machinedramon is your only card on the field, you can use his protection ability to stop him from being deleted so that you don't have to. You can unsuspend, but you don't have to, kill it. So that's kind of cool. So that's it for our level 5s. Huge level 5 count. 16 level 5s. You want to see them. You want to get them in the trash. That's the most important part. So on to the boss monster, Machinedramon. He's got on play when Digivolving, when attacking, once per turn by placing 1 level 5 or version 5 version 5 trait card from your hand or trash as this Digimon's top Digivolution card. activate one on-play effect on the placed card as an effect of this Digimon. So that's really cool. So you get all those on plays when you place them, and that's not just on play or when digivolving, it's when attacking too. So you can use them the next turn. Digivolves for cost 3 on a DM trait, but it also has the assembly keyword, which is basically what you want to do with this deck. Is when you would go to play this card, you can take 4 level 5 cyborg traits with different names from your trash and place them under him to reduce the play cost by 6. So he plays for 6, which is really cool, and you can further reduce that with other cards. So especially with that like Milestone, if you would then add him as the on-play ability, you can then further reduce it to 4. So you can play this card for 4 really easily, or even less. We'll get to that later. But it also has the all turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area by trashing its bottom face down or cyborg trait Digivolution cards. It doesn't leave, so that's really, really cool as well. So yeah, that's it just gives it so much protection because it's when it would leave the battle area. It's better than the old version, which we do play one of the old version, Machinedramon, which is on play. You can place up to 5 red and or black cards with cyborg traits in there, and different card numbers from your hand or trash. This is Digimon's Digivolution cards to gain 1 memory for each card placed. So you can play him for 7 because he's cost 12 there. You can play him for 7, and then he has the alternates. This Digimon's DP can't be reduced, and then when this Digimon would be deleted, you may trash 2 level 5 cards in this Digimon's Digivolution cards to prevent the Digimon from being deleted. So yeah, so it just prevents deletion, whereas the other one prevents leaving the battle area, which is so much better. So we play one of that just to have an extra Machinedramon name. We also play 3 copies of Chaosdramon, which digivolves from 1 on Machinedramon or 4 on a level 5. And then you may place up to 3 red or black level 5 cards with cyborg traits in different numbers and from your hand or trash under this Digimon's as its bottom Digivolution cards to de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon for each card that's placed by this effect. Then alternates when this Digimon would be deleted or returned. So you add the return keyword to the hand or deck. You may trash 2 level 5 Digimon or level 5 cards in this Digimon's Digivolution cards to prevent it from leaving play. So same kind of thing, just expands on that protection, whereas the new guy expands even more. And then of course 2 copies of Chaosdramon X-Antibody, which digivolves from Machinedramon or Chaosdramon for 2. Start of your main phase, you may place 1 Digimon card with a cyborg or machine trait from your trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. All turns, this Digimon gains all the effects of Machinedramon and Chaosdramon and its Digivolution cards, which is nuts because then you get that protection. Then you get that when attacking ability to add and use on plays. And then all turns, once per turn, when this Digimon would be deleted, trash your opponent's top security card, which is actually pretty funny. So you gain protection, but you also gain that protection. So it's like layers and layers of protection. So this is why I wanted to play this version of the deck. So that's it for your high end there. The new Machinedramon is just super great. You want to be able to get your stuff in trash so you can play him as soon as possible. We play 3 copies of the old Analog Man, which lets you start of main, trash 1 level 5 card with cyborg and its traits in your hand, and then gain 1 memory and draw 1. And then on opponent's turn, if your opponent's Digimon attacks a player by suspending this tamer, switch the target of the attack to one of your level 6 Digimon with machine as traits. So you redirect your Machinedramon, and they're going to be huge. That's the whole point of that. Then we play 3 of the new DM style Analog Man, which is a memory tamer. And then when any of your play costs 7 or higher cyborg, so this works with all your DM guys because there's 7, even though you reduce that play cost. 7 higher cyborg, machine, or DM trait Digimon are played by suspending this tamer, draw 1 and gain 1 memory. And then you may place 1 card from your hand face down as any of those Digimon's bomb Digivolution cards. So let's see, put Digivolution cards underneath like say like underneath your Machinedramon, so you can, you know, pitch those before you pitch the really good level 5s that give him abilities. So that's good. Plus you gain memory, so it can further reduce that cost of playing him, you know, to 3 or to 4, depending if you have that Milestone that gives you 2 memory. That's it for Tamers. We play 4 copies of Supreme Connection. Supreme Connection. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with a machine or cyborg trait from your hand and trash 1 such card, and then return the rest to the top of the deck. So you get to place the order that they're in, and then place this card in the battle area. That's the same exact thing as the security ability. If it gets off security, you get the same ability. And then main delay ability, you may play 1 level 5 or higher Digimon card with the machine cyborg trait from your hand with the play cost reduced by 3. So the cool thing about this is you can use this to play the new Machinedramon, reduce it by 3, so it goes down to 9. Then you can use his assembly keyword to reduce it by 6. So then you play the Machinedramon for 3. And then if you have Analog Man or the level 5 BT7 Metal Greymon in your trash, you can potentially get Machinedramon down to 0. You can play him for 0, which is nuts. It's completely nuts. It's hilarious. You can play him for 1 if you don't have the Analog Man on the board. It's kind of crazy. So Supreme Connection, pretty good. But the one thing is it's hard to play. It's better if you get it off security. That's why you play 4, so you can get off security. Because what happens is you want to see this in security because you have to play a level 5 DM guy basically for 5 in order to, or play one of your like level 7 machines and hope it doesn't die in order to play Supreme Connection. So really hard to play because you can't play it off of your level 3s. So want to see it in security. We also have attack of the heavy mobile Digimon, 0 cost option. You may trash 1 card with cyborg or machine trait in your hand to have all of your level 6 Digimon with the machine and their traits gain rush. And then they gain on play if this Digimon has a Digivolution card, Blitz. So you get Blitz too. If you end your turn, you can attack still with it. So it's cool. And yeah. Which is funny because you play it once you got your level 6 on the board. I guess you play it before because it's like have all your level 6 Digimon with machine and their traits. I don't know. I think you have to have it on there to play it. And that security ability is you may trash 1 Digimon card with cyborg or machine traits in your hand to delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon whose play cost is less than or equal to the trashed card's play cost. So you can trash like a Machinedramon to like pop something big. So yeah, play 3 of that because you want to give that a rush to your stuff. And then we also play 2 copies of File Island as our last cards, and that is to, you know, if you have no face-up security cards, you can ignore the card's color requirement. All of your DM, when it's face-up in security, all of your DM trait Digimon gain plus 1,000 DP for each of their face-down Digivolution cards, and then add your bottom security card to the hand when you play it by its main effect, and then place this card face-up as the bottom security card. So gets you cards from your security stack and puts it down there, and then you get your security ability too when it gets hit off security. You may play 1 level 5 or lower card with the DM trait from your hand or trash that paying the cost it plays any of your DM cyborgs. So thought it's a decent one. It's 2 memory, and you can play it at the start of the game, which isn't bad. And just, you know, have that extra, you know, DM, that extra DP for your Machinedramon can make a difference. So yeah, that is the deck, guys. That is Machinedramon here. It's, like I said, not as consistent as the DM trait one because you do go up into all of your, you go up like the line from like level 3 all the way to level 6, and then basically you're trying to like you go up traditionally the first time, and then once you start getting your stuff in the trash, then you can just play your Machinedramon later. So it's kind of interesting how that works. And you're placing lots of face down cards and stuff like that, so you have lots of protection on the Machinedramon, just not as much ability. But I like this because I like all the funky abilities that you gain by putting all this machine guys underneath, as well as just being able to go up into Chaos Drum X-Antibody and the shenanigans that ensue. So this can be a really explosive deck. Tell me what you guys think about the build. Do you think I could have done anything better? Do you like you know, the Uko engine? Do you think it's good? Do you think I should have gone for like a straight black engine? Really fun cards, and I'm really having a lot of fun with it. And hopefully it just gets better. Honestly, we find ways to make the deck better. But it's a fun deck, and I'm really enjoying playing it, which is part of the reason I really wanted to do it, because I knew I would enjoy it a lot. So tell me what you guys think down below. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.